All right, now that I've gone and I've typed everything up, what I'd like to do is go back and make everything look pretty. So I'm going to go up here, and the sweet tooth is a title. So I'm going to go ahead and center that. Now I could have just clicked in the line and center it, but I also need to change the font. So I want to make it a little larger. It's a title, so I'm going to go with 14. And I'm going to look at my different kind of font. So it's kind of a title. You want to make it kind of neat. So go ahead and you could choose whichever font you'd like. And then also I'm going to go ahead and center the name of the person, and 11 is good. And then grand opening celebration. We'll go ahead and center that. I think it needs to go down a little bit. Now this one I'm going to make very large because it's the grand opening. So let's go with 18. I'm going to bold it. And I think Arial is probably good. Maybe an impact. No, Arial. Arial is way better. All right, and then I went ahead and I typed in my paragraph here. Remember, we always read best in Arial or Times New Roman, so we don't want to mess with anything too much. Then I'm going to go ahead and center this line as well. Go ahead, maybe bold it so it stands out. All right, free samples. Maybe you want to stay within kind of the same thing, so I'm going to go ahead and bold that as well. And everybody likes free samples, so let's make that one a little larger. And I'm going to keep coming in, keep coming down. A different sample. You know what? This is kind of important. You know, it's good information to have on a flyer, but let's go ahead and make it a size 10. Let's italicize it, just so it looks like a different fill. Now everything's looking good. I did a good job with my tabs, but let's just say I wanted to move things over just a tad. What I could do is I can grab my tab, and notice I can move my column over. Just a different, but I did a fairly good job, I think, with moving my stuff over. Yeah, that looks about right. Okay, sample grand opening. Okay, so here's another heading. So sample grand, so like free samples. So let's take a look up here. I have it size 12 Arial bold, so let's do the same here. Bold, size 12, and Arial, so that looks good. And now I get down here to my table. Notice I already went ahead and centered this one here. I might want to center all of it. So I'm going to go ahead, click what I want centered. This looks good over here. This is also like a heading, so I want to make sure I bold that, maybe make it a little larger. So there we go. Now this dollar sign and the little 0.75, that looks funny to me. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take those out, because it just looks funny to me. It's personal preference, although it was correct the way it is. But I would like you guys to practice on how to insert a symbol. If I go up here to find my cent sign, I want to do special characters. Now notice I have a whole bunch of different categories. Okay, I could search, I could do a symbol, I could do a number, punctuation. There's a whole bunch of different kind of symbols you want. But if you're not quite sure what you need or find, if you can't find what you're looking for, I know I need the cent symbol, so I'm just going to search for a cent symbol, and guess what comes up? Cent symbol. I go ahead and click it, close it, should put it right in there, perfect. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go ahead and copy that symbol, and I'm going to paste it where it needs to go. And then that's how you would do your cent symbols. Okay, and then grand opening raffle. Here's another heading, so we want to make sure it's the same. I believe, if I forgot, you just click back up here and look. Bold 12 Arial. So I'm going to go here, I'm going to bold it, make it a size 12, make sure it's Arial, perfect. And then down here at the very bottom, what I want to do is I want to take an address. All business always puts your address on. Oops, did not grab everything. Let's grab it all. Let's right align it. 12, let's italicize it. And I think we're pretty good. All right, so back to this table. Let's take this table, let's select it. I'm going to right click. I'm going to go to table properties. I don't want a border, so I'm going to set that at 0. Click OK. That looks good. I'm wondering if fudge and truffles need to be a little closer. So I'm going to go ahead and move it over. Just, you guys see how my arrow changes? Move that over just a little bit. That looks good. That looks good. All right. I'm almost there. I got one line still on my second page. So I'm going to come up here. I'm going to try to figure out what I could change. Now, after looking at this a little bit, I'm thinking this here looks a little bit too much to the right. So I'm going to pull this over, maybe to line up with fudge and truffles down below. So everything, when you make a flyer, you want things to look like they're in columns and rows. I'm going to take this one, kind of spread it. Now, does it look too spread out? I'm not quite sure. So I'm just going to keep playing with it. What if I pull it in? Obviously, I'm playing with this just to prove a point that you can move your tabs around. And we'll just go with that. Let's see. You know what? Let me show you one other thing. What if I decide to change this to a center tab? Okay, don't freak. You just click on there, click on a center tab. Yeah, that looks a little bit better. We'll do Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday centered, and then we'll throw it in there like that. Still off by one line. All right, so there's a couple ways we can make this fit on one page. Obviously, we want it to fit on one page. I'm going to go to my page setup, and I'm going to change my top and bottom margin. Because this is not an MLA paper, I don't need to worry about my margins to be 1 inch. So I'm going to set them at a 1/2 inch. So I type in 0.5 and click OK. And there we go. We have everything fitting on one page. It just still seems a little simple for me. So what I might want to do is take free samples. If I go up here to my text color, I click on highlight, maybe make that yellow. Let's do it again. Highlight, yellow. That might look a little better. I'm not sure, but it's forcing you to use some tools. Highlight and yellow. Maybe we can change some colors. So if I highlight this line, Monday, maybe I'll change the text. Now notice I have to go back to text. Let's go with red. Tuesday can be a different color. Now obviously I'm just going to go in order. You can choose whatever colors. I don't want to use yellow because yellow never looks good on print. Okay, green. And we'll change this color over here to be blue. And we'll get chocolate fudge to be the next color. And Saturday, we'll get the next color. And notice I'm just being kind of methodical with my choices. All right. Now let's see, what other things can we do to spruce this up? So we've gone bold, we've used italicize. Not a big fan of underlining things. Changed our text color. We've left aligned, we've centered, we've right aligned. We didn't use any numbering or bullets, but we have used those in past assignments. So I'm going to skip on over to those, and I'm going to save that for another assignment. You know, I really think we've got it. So if we want to change the background color, we could, or we could customize our color. I think white's fine because we just printed on white. Border color, you know, and if you want to customize your color, you can customize it with the hex number. So maybe if we maybe put insert a horizontal rule. Let's put that right here. Insert a horizontal rule. Let's see how that puts in a line, but it goes right after where we're at. So maybe we'll just add a little bit of those in there. Oh no, Control, Edit, Undo. Let's go here. Insert horizontal rule. Okay, and that kind of broke it up a little bit. We're still on one page. You know, I believe you guys are going to be Google experts after this assignment. So good luck. Try to recreate this and turn it into Google Classroom.